How was your launch week in general?
This has been one of my busiest video garm weeks in many years, actually. So let's talk about the non PS5 stuff first. In that Yakuza 7, which is not actually Yakuza 7 in this region, Like a Dragon came out. Dude, that game is incredible.
It would. It's the latest in a series of what I've been told are bangers. So that would make sense.
I'm deep enough into it to say, unless it shits its ass, it is my favorite one.
Hmm.
And
RPG works.
a big part of that is the change in genre, which I was initially, I don't know if you remember, I was very reticent. I was very like kind of down on. It's great. I like it is a mix of Persona Dragon Quest system that's just
Pat
great.
confirmed for humongous Dragon Quest fan.
This is my favorite Dragon Quest. For sure. It's also like because it's a Sega game and because they took, let's just say, inspiration from a certain Sega RPG series, Atlas RPG series, I would genuinely say that this is more than 50% of the way towards like a Persona 6.
In what
Like
way? In what way?
it feels like a goddamn Persona game.
Because
They
RPGing around downtown Japan?
No, because they steal interface elements from Persona.
Oh, okay.
Because you hit a button and you have a tag team attack, which is an all-out attack.
Mm-hmm.
Because you level up your party's drink link, and then you go to the bar to have a heart-to-heart with them about their personal problem to level up their stats and give them special abilities.
Okay. And I saw those
Because it is
summons. Some of those
because it
summons are
is
wild. Yeah.
it is really a RPG. So the first half is like I'm shocked at how much fun of an RPG it is, and the second thing is that I am blown away at how much I like Ichiban Kasuga, which is your new main character, which I can imagine was a terrifying decision after seven, eight, nine. I want to say 10 games with Kiryu
But the
or Kiryu
longer,
analogs.
but the more that, the bigger that number is, the less terrifying it should be, because, I mean,
People are stubborn.
Kiryu's had a good ass set of games, hasn't he? Isn't it?
He's had a great ass set of games.
And like, I don't, I don't need to know if they wrap his story up in any way, but
They
I
wrap
mean,
his story up twice
so yeah, so what's the problem with bringing a little Nero to the juice? Like
because do you remember how you felt about Nero when he was first unveiled? I was a little worried.
I was like, let's see it. I didn't hate the idea. I like JoJo. I like new things that continue the story in a different way. So I'm down
So
always.
the reason why Ichiban works so well is that he is, I don't know what's up with like Japanese creatives that they love doing this. He is not just different and his own man from Kiryu. He is literally the opposite of Kiryu. I mean, we've
Hmm.
talked about his design. He is a literal inverted Kiryu with his hair and his color palette and all that. But whereas Kiryu would be the cold, cool, your Jotaro, or even what have you, Ichiban is your hot. He's your he's if I would compare, it's Jotaro and Joseph Joestar.
Right. So we're not going
Um,
snake. We're not going snake to Raiden here.
no, he
Okay.
is a highly active protagonist.
Hmm.
Whereas one of the biggest problems the Yakuza series had from one all the way in was that I could write a new Kiryu situation to you, which is Kiryu walks into a guy. The guy says, "Hey, how could you bump into me?" Kiryu goes, "Nah, man, I didn't." Guy goes, "Oh, my arm broke. You need to pay the hospital bill." Kiryu goes, "No, I didn't." Or, in most cases, stands there totally silently. Thug then goes, "Oh yeah, I'll kill you." Ensue fight. After the fight, they go, and they run away. Ichiban will get up and become pissed and stupid about the injustice and moron, like how horrible, like I didn't break it was ridiculous. Or he'll jump into other people's conversations to yell stupid shit. And when I say stupid shit, I mean this. Ichiban Kasuga, or Kasuga Ichiban rather, might be the dumbest motherfucker I have ever played in a video game. He is the most aggressive himbo of all time.
Himbo has completely taken off and landed. I like how it's just in there cemented now. Everyone knows it and gets it. It's a good term. It's a good term.
He is crafty, he is cunning, and he occasionally has great insight into how things actually work. But his profound lack of real common sense is like the basis of maybe half of the game's humor.
Okay.
There was even a cutscene in the game in which we had broken into a retirement home to save an old man's life because they were going to murder him to steal his pension payments. And upon seeing the doctor with the needle, he goes, "Was he really going to kill him?" And I feel like the party like looks at him like, "Dude, why did?" Yeah, that's why we came in here.
Is it like
there's all?
Is it like handing the series? Is it like handing Ippo the series over to like Aoki? Like
a little bit, honestly.
Like full on slapstick.
Smarter
ass.
than Aoki was in terms of like he's crafty. Like he knows a lot about sex work. He knows a lot about how the Yakuza business is actually run.
And he loves Dragon Quest, I believe, like canonically.
So the reason why the game is called Like a Dragon is one, a great pun on Uruga Gotoku, which is the Japanese name, which literally means like a dragon.
Yep.
But in Japan, I think it's actually called Yakuza 7 Dragon Quest.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because he fucking loves Dragon Quest. So he, like Kiryu, goes to jail for 20 years. And when he gets out, he's like, bruh, what if we like went on a quest and we solved all this shit like they do in Dragon Quest? I want to be a hero. And they're like, okay, you're kind of like a weird loser gamer nerd idiot. But fine, let's do a Dragon Quest, Ichiban. You're stupid. Oh, it's not called Dragon Quest? Okay, my bad. This manifests in what I can only describe as imaginative brain damage. Very early on in the game, you find a bat with barbed wire wrapped around it that has been plunged into the concrete, which only Ichiban can pull out of the stone.
Nice.
Upon doing so, a blast of light hits the fucking heavens, and it's like the Chrono Trigger cutscene with the Masamune.
Wait. But is that in his head though?
And then he transforms into the same outfit with the bat, but wearing black gloves, and he's got like a red scarf underneath his shirt. And the three punk ass dudes that come up on you immediately after this transform into scarier dudes.
Nice.
This is the first time in the game that you get a Persona-style dialogue box where like the talking head shows up with the stylish like undercut subtitles, and no one else can see it.
And just like that, the video game can do
Every
whatever it wants.
everyone's like, "Dude, are you okay?"
That's
And he's like,
brilliant.
"Okay, cool, whatever."
That's brilliant. Great device.
And attacks that you had before that looked kind of normal gain spell effects. He internalizes literally texting friends to come help as summons.
Mm-hmm.
There are mimics in the game, which are dudes hiding in trash bags. The golden slime is flashers. And like it is a consistent, like everyone around him is like, yeah, whatever, dude. That's not really happening.
This must
To
be like
Ichiban, like,
incredible if you're a Dragon Quest fan as well. Like this must be so much better
oh,
if you're on
when
that
people gain
level.
the party, it has like an 8-bit like jingle.
Of course, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like it's top to bottom. And because all of your party members are broke, out of work, unemployed losers, most of which are older than 40. Like you're almost all broke and possibly homeless. So early parts of the game are about getting odd jobs from like a local community center, which then becomes the location for the job change system, as Nanba can choose to spend his job experience changing from homeless person to break dancer or rock star or a host.
I did see a screenshot of homeless breakdancer stat screen.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Um, it is one of the best RPGs I've ever played. Like it is so it's so consistently inventive. The battle system's actually really great. It's like a classic style battle system, but it has the real-time elements of the Yakuza system in it as well, whereas like if you, because all the characters are kind of shuffling back and forth in the environment like on the city street. And if a guy's next to a car and you hit him, he can get run over by the car. If the guy happens to be next to a table in between you two and you do a regular attack, you can expect your character to pick up that table and smash on them.
Nice.
Or
Okay.
if you cause an attack that does a knockdown, they'll stay on the floor until about 5-10 seconds have passed. And if you attack somebody with a normal attack before they stand up, you'll do a downed attack like you would in Yakuza. And just heat moves have just been turned into magic spells. Magic spells such as I will throw a can of beans at you and pigeons will attack you. Or Psycho, who's a barmaid, will get down on the street and plead for the enemy not to hurt them, which lowers their attack.
Man, I gotta say, just like as an outsider here, you know, I really enjoy and I feel good about like when a franchise is able to reinvent itself successfully and kill it and everyone loves the new thing that they do. I that makes me really happy. I love that because I've talked forever about how much new things are good, and I like when, you know, a successful like carry through of like, we know what you love, let's try something else, and then the thing they do works and everyone's super on board for it. Like I'm so happy to hear that that works out. It makes me really really you know, I'm enjoying vicariously the fact that people are into what Yakuza has become now. That's really cool.
So on top of all of that, Yakuza series has a lot of mini games, right? So far, the ones that I have encountered are all like incredible, which is a rarity for that series. Usually, there's some stinkers. There's a Pac-Man game where you have to steal cans from the other homeless.
Mm-hmm.
And like you have to get energy drinks in order to boost, so you can knock the other homeless off the carts, and steal their cans. There's also Dragon Kart, which is a fully realized kart racer, in which I was talking to somebody. They unlocked Daytona USA music in it because, of course, you can.
Of course, of course.
Like they're great.
Keep
Um,
using that franchise as a means of keeping Sega alive.
yeah.
Just do it. Hmm.
But the fact that the game's incredible is one thing. The fact that the game's incredible, and I should mention this to everyone, requires zero knowledge of the prior series at all. Like when characters eventually do show up as little references, you'll be like, "Oh, cool, it's Majima," right? But you absolutely don't need to have played any of the prior ones at all. Even just your osmosis memory of who these characters are will do,
Hmm.
right? The most shocking thing about it is that I have been playing with the dub. I decided to play with
Right.
the dub, and the dub knows what they are doing. The dub knows what they are doing. So, um, I talked about how Ichiban is a huge ass himbo.
Hmm.
You have experience with Ichiban already, because I unfortunately forget the gentleman's name. I'm sure somebody will repeat it in the chat for me soon. He also plays a character in the 13th Sentinels dumb as the 13th Sentinels dub as the World War II dumbass.
Mura.
No, Hijiyama.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And the gentleman's
Totally.
name is Kaiji Tang.
Yeah, he kills it. He's killing
Yeah,
it.
so he is becoming the absolute man to go for himbo energy.
Nice. Mayaki
For
soba pan. Do you
yes,
want half of it? Oh. He's big himbo. Big himbo.
the
Yeah.
the dub is incredibly localized. So the performances are all fantastic. That's without saying. But the writing changes because this has enemy names where it didn't have before, right? It was just random thugs, or it was just like Yakuza, Grunt, Hijimoto, or whatever, right?
Sure.
But now I'm going up against the drunk office man, the beer zerker, or the hungry homeless, or any number of genuinely hilarious puns off of every single thing in the entire game.
Nice. Nice.
And you need to fight as many of you as you can so that you can fill up your Suji decks with all of your Sujimon, which is what the in-game enemies are called.
I'm reminded slightly of how part of No More Heroes' presentation is because Travis is in a video game in his head,
Yeah.
you know, but like
That-
taking
that
that
wa-
to the extremes.
That's one of the weirder ones because the Sujimon questline is actually a real guy that is a Professor Oak joke that is like they're super jittery monster badmans, so I call them Sujimon. You have to go out and fight them all, and then he has you fight a guy in a red suit, a blue suit, and a green suit
Nice.
that have like one has like a champagne bottle, one has like a lighter, and one has like a bamboo stick. Like
that's
it's
fantastic.
It's
That's great. That's
it's
great.
it just hasn't missed once. And even within the casting, there are moments where I'm like, oh man, they knew. There is a character who is a naive young woman with short black hair, voiced by Persona 5's English voice actress for Makoto. You then later encounter her sister, who is the older, bitchier one,
Oh boy.
voiced by the English voice actress for Sai.
Wow. Okay.
Like,
Super intentional.
it is on point, dead on.
Nice. Well done. Okay. Yeah.
And the character's name is Psycho. Like,
Yeah. Okay. Wait, Psycho or Saeko?
Psycho, I guess.
Saeko.
I don't know how to pronounce that shit.
All right.
But it is a winner. Like everything about the game is just clicking. I have zero complaints. It's also on the PC. It came out day and date on the PC, which is incredible.
Okay. Okay.
How? Actually, I have one complaint. It absolutely sucks ass that the game is delayed on PlayStation 5.
Oh wait, is it not out yet?
No, remember, this is the game that Microsoft bought, the bizarre ass exclusivity only for.
Right, right. Yes, true. Okay.
Well, look, yeah, David Hayter is in this dub.
Nice.
And like you're sitting there going, is that fucking David Hayter?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, it's David Hayter.
So yeah,
one
like
last thing.
Mm-hmm.
One last thing. They dubbed all the karaoke as well. Because each character gets a karaoke song. And so in Japan, the Yakuza voice actors tend to be like movie stars and TV actors, in which case being able to sing is a must-have, right? So everybody in those situations just kills it. Even Majima's voice actor is a good singer, right?
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of the voice actors for this game in English are not very good singers. And Ichiban's song in English is like legitimately awful, and his voice cracks during the song.
But they're forced to do it nonetheless.
And it's great. And it's absolutely great. Because Ichiban is not a good singer, and in the background of other people's songs when you hit the buttons, you can hear him go, "Yeah, you're killing it, man!" during like a sad song. Like it is fantastic.
Okay. So all in all, like, dub is certified in this case. Yeah, very nice. Yeah. I mean, all I can say is that like it's like probably the worst kept secret for a minute now has been that like the next long LP is absolutely going to be Yakuza 0 for me. Like that's going to happen.
That's a good one.
The question is just like it was actually a matter of like seeing whether it could fit in before or after a couple things we were doing, and I didn't want to put two long things right back to back, but like that's been floating around for a minute, so that's like pretty much slated to come really soon, but and there's
smartest thing.
Sorry, after you. No, just gonna say like there's one other possibility that might be involved there that I'll get into a little bit later when we're talking about what else is going on this week. But yeah, that's something that that's on the list. So like I look forward to getting to what you're describing because that sounds fucking great.
One of the smarter things that I'm thinking about the way the Yakuza series has actually gone over the past couple of years is it is legitimately one of the most confusing game series to get into. We have always made fun of people where you go, hey, how should I play this series? And you always go release order. And like Yakuza 1 is bad. Yakuza 1 is not a good game.
I fortunately have sat around for enough discussions to have gotten a consensus on how to approach this. So
right.
I've there's been many how do you even handle this series as a new visitor to it, and like I feel like I've gotten a pretty good idea at this point.
It's even weirder because like they also remade 1 and 2.
Yeah,
but they're remade in different engines, and they came out after different games. And Yakuza 1's remake, Kiwami, is also bad. So like the start of this discussion is like, don't play Yakuza 1. And then, well, which version of 2 do you want to play? The one from 2005, the one from 2019? Okay, so you play the one from 2019, then you're going to go to Yakuza 3, which came out in 2009. And so like it's weird. It's so fucking weird. However, now literally you just say 0. Just play 0.
Yep, that's exactly it. No,
did you like 0? Then you can go and play 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. or play Judgment.
Yeah, Judgment's
Right?
Judgment's there too. But no, it would definitely be like 0 Kiwami 1, Kiwami 2, 3, 4, 5, possibly Judgment, and then like 6, 7, and so on. Like that's
and now
yeah.
now it becomes or play 7
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
because you could just do it.